Hello, Star Realms University Watchers. We got another game. This is in the core set against Aqualat, a level 23 player. They started off with the 3 scout beginning and got the trading post. We have 5 here, and looking at the board, Stealth Needle taking it early like this is going to result in copying a scout every single time. We all know that. So we're going to go start off with the trade pod and leave us 3. I like survey ship here. You could also argue for the Corvette, but we are going to go 3. We're going to go survey ship. Yeah, I think a lot of people here would probably go explorer, but I don't mind the survey ship. I do not think this is as weak of a card as some people do. Stealth Needle being there, even if they take it, which they do, they only have a base. So they're copying a starter. We just have to keep our eye on the road and minimize any huge cards that are going to come up to be a champion of that Stealth Needle when copied. Missile Bot comes into our hand. We're willing to pay the 3, sack the 1, essentially, sack the 1 trade for that scrap card, so that's not a problem. 3 trade for them. Seems pretty straightforward. Let's hope we draw a trade card. Boom! We get the trade card. We get the big boy, the big one. And we have some choices. I like the idea here of taking the machine base. However, you can't go wrong taking central office either. Machine base is going to keep us cycling. It's going to force the prevention of damage, and we already have a trade card in the trade pod. I'm going to go machine base so we can keep this ship moving. It's going to give us a nice advantage, and by taking machine base, it releases us to take a trade if we want to. Our opponent has not really given us a reason to take anything else, so we can just take trade and keep this ship moving. We can take authority. We can basically play into a slow game. Viper here goes out. We can't kill the trading post, so it's going to be a wasted damage. 3 for one of the best cards in the game. If you've watched me or played Star Realms with me, you understand how much I love this card. I think it is a strong card, arguably one of the best cards in the game because of its utility value. It is able to kill itself and draw a card. Brilliant. Say less. For 4 here, Patrol Mech, pretty good choice. Looking at what they have, they did take the port of call. We are going to need some damage now to start cycling through. Stealth Needle still doesn't have a very good target, does it? We are going to take the Patrol Mech for 4. Be able to hopefully ping that faction ability for a scrap, and we'll probably use it for damage to get through the port of call in the future. That's my prediction. We got the draw and the faction with the Imperial Frigate off the passive ability of the survey ship just existing as a Star Empire card. Machine base will get us into our bottom 4. Hopefully we don't bottom deck that missile bot. There's a chance I go for it with the Imperial Frigate. It'd be spicy, but there's a chance. It's a low chance. 7 for central office, and they are continuing the journey of getting some bases. Damage now required from us to make sure that we can push through, and there is damage on the deck. Battle pod 2 for 4, excellent. Battle station 3 for 5 on a sack, excellent. They get some extra damage. I might have copied the embassy out there, but the draw is good just to get as many starters out of the bottom of the deck as possible. However, you can also cycle those over, so I'm not entirely, you know what? I'm not sold on it. All right, we do bottom deck our scrap card, 3, 4, and 6. Mech World good for 5. Do we draw? What would the draw give us? It would either give us 7, which is 5 and 2 Mech World Battle Pod, or it gets us our scrap before shuffle. I like feeling spicy. I like playing spicy. Let's get rid of this other Viper since damage is not something we are going to be bereft of. We have, I don't know if bereft of is the right way to say that. We have 2 different factions, but mostly we are in one faction. I don't want to take Mech World. I want damage. So we're going to take the 2, and I think I am going to take this battle station. We'll attack. We'll take the trade bot. Trade bot pops up to give us the 1, round it off. We have plenty of scrap, so now we just have to make sure we build a deck worthy of scrapping down into. They leave the port of call. They do not sacrifice it to try to kill the machine base. We are going to do damage so that we can kill that. And that's literally it. Just we're gonna scrap cards, pop this. We are gonna take an explorer because we are scrapping down incredibly fast. And it's only going to get faster. We bottom deck 2 of our scrap cards. Hopefully we draw with the survey ship. If not, we do get the faction with the trade pod on the battle pod for 2 and 2 respectively. So either way, really. Getting a ship up to the top of the deck is awesome. When there's a ship in the trade row, Embassy Yacht comes through, gets the draw. I think Aqualat has the better deck building potential. However, we're already creating a mean machine. We are already in the space of getting a machine that's going to churn butter. Fleet HQ, a dubious prospect at 8 cost. And look at this, we still get to use the machine base. Good thing I took that machine base. Holy smokes, is it doing work? We are scrapping out all over the place. We get another 3. I'm gonna get rid of the mech world. I'm gonna take the Imperial frigate again. For 3, I am gonna take, believe it or not, a blob wheel. Because that's just gonna sit there passively, waiting for cards that can't kill it. I think Aqualat has forgotten damage in their deck. They also are trying to beat scrap without damage. For those who know, the basic wheel of Star Realms. If you don't, here's a pro tip. If you are against scrap, damage is usually your ally. If you are against damage, bases and authority can typically be your ally, or just more damage. And if you are against authority gain, scrap is typically your ally. That's a loose wheel. I want to be very clear. That wheel is not set in stone by any means and does fluctuate. But the general idea and gist of what you're trying to do in the game, it certainly can help. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, we could get Brain World. Is that too much? Is that too much, team? You know what? For the video, for science. Brain World! Let's go ahead and take out the Blob Destroyer. I'm gonna keep the Explorer so that we have targets. I'm not gonna scrap anything else out. And we have taken the Brain World in a deck that doesn't need it. What's gonna happen with that then? How is this gonna work? Well, we're gonna get some damage, we're gonna cycle it out, we're gonna scrap all our other cards out, and we're gonna basically boil down into a deck that we take things and scrap them immediately. Not even kidding, this deck is gonna be, we have set ourselves up to have a very ludicrous complication of a deck. I'm gonna get rid of the Imperial frigate, and we're gonna draw here. I don't really care what we draw. This deck is just gonna be really, really weird. There's the Brain World. Jiminy Johns. Scrap out the 2, pop the 3. I'm gonna pop this to grab the flagship. We will scrap out nothing. I love this board. I want this board to exist. The only thing here is the flagship. I'm just checking, making sure I'm not missing anything here. We'll kill the Fleet HQ, send it back through 2835, and we don't have a single starter in the deck. We have draw cards. We have I don't know, this is crazy. So here we can draw, we'll scrap out the trade bot. This is maybe we'll call this a management training video. How do you manage when you have so much scrap it hurts? When you have nothing left in the deck, how do you make sure to not do what the kids call throwing? We'll draw first with the flagship, and then I am going to draw with the machine base. We're going to get rid of the trade bot. Next, looking at our row, I wouldn't mind taking this defense center. It looks great. Or the Royal Redoubt. Let's draw. There's the trade pod coming in for 4. We'll take 2 for 6, and we will take the Royal. We'll get a 6 butt with the discard, and let's see if we can start churning out the discards. Keep in mind, I have used the best card in the game with its ability multiple times to great effect. That is the Imperial frigate. I'm okay with that patrol mech being out there. This patrol mech is gonna do 5. I'm not gonna pay any money. We're gonna scrap out the 2, hit here, do 16. We're schmoving. We're schmoving. Game is likely over unless they draw all the things. Do they draw all the things? That's a start. Is there a stealth needle in there to do it again? I have a feeling the time they're taking means that there is a stealth needle. Oh, they're waiting. They're thinking, they're processing. There it is, baby. There it is. All right. The shot. They have another 10 on top of that. Don't forget, they got 28. If they can get through the base, Fleet HQ comes up, that's 21. They have 25 if they want to scrap out both dreadnoughts. They should scrap out both dreadnoughts. This is a point in the game where they are not going to get through this deck. Make it close, baby. I mean, we have the win. Ignore what I have. Make it close, baby. Dude, scrap them. Scrap them. No. Oh, and that is the game. That is the game. It got nuts. It got crazy. Let's buy this and let's scrap the machine base. Here, the draw discard 2. Boom. We do the damage. GG! If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends they play Star Realms to take a peek. Drop a subscription. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you again soon.